is going to be the last What's Trending in Luxury Fashion of 2023, but don't worry, there is lots to talk about. As usual, links are below or in the shopping button on the screen. This is the time when I provide you with everything you need to know to stay up to date within luxury fashion, kicking it off with fashion news. Now, let's start off on a little bit of a somber note because it can only get a bit cheerier from there. Really sadly, David Wren, who was only just announced the new creative director of Moschino, he passed away 9 days after officially joining the company. I think it was sort of reported, the official reasoning was a sudden illness. I know that there's been natterings of like a heart attack or something like that. Either way, he was just 46. I mean, it's just so shocking and obviously awful and everything. So his previous role was head of women's wear design at Gucci, and this was such an exciting role for him, you know, sort of being creative director of an entire brand. The second bit of news that we have is that Louis Vuitton have renewed Nicolas Ghesquiere's contract for another 5 years. Whatever will we do with ourselves? This is really quite something. And to be honest with you, like, there's never really much pomp and ceremony for these kinds of contract renewals. Here's the thing, not everything's for everybody. It's not for me. 5 more years of that, of those runways. The interesting thing though, I read this, was that, you know, Louis Vuitton have sort of, alongside this announcement, have said, you know, he's been a part of making the company break 20 billion in revenue and all of this business, right? But actually, there's a really good fashion newsletter from Puck News. Lauren Sherman made the point that Virgil was a very big part of that as well. Like, it's hard to sort of pinpoint, okay, how much of this success was purely from women's wear and how much was from menswear, which we know was wildly successful with Virgil. So, gird your loins, we've got more of those runways coming for us. Dior have unveiled their Carousel of Dreams. So, as you may know, Saks does a crazy Christmas light show every year. I can't remember how many times they do it within an hour. Is it like a couple of is it like every half an hour, something like that? The whole light show, it's a performance, right, via lights on the facade of Saks Fifth Avenue, right? Dior have taken it over. So, apparently it took 10 months of planning, and it is the biggest takeover in Saks history. Jennifer Lawrence was there at the unveiling and pressed the button. To start it, was it a button? Was it a lever? Pulled a lever, Kronk? I don't know. But it covers the 10 stories of Saks. It's all Diorified. There's like obviously the Carousel, there's like Zodiac aspects, there's all of Christian Dior's favourite little Lucky Charms going on there. If you're going to be visiting New York, or if you are in New York, it is definitely worth seeing. Alongside that, there's lots of, I think, installations in store. That is going to be there until the 5th of January. The 2024 Met Gala theme has been announced, okay? It has been announced that the Costume Institute's exhibition will be Sleeping Beauty, was it a reawakening of fashion? Something like that. Either way, I did a whole video on this, shameless plug, links will be below, where I go into detail about sort of my predictions, what I think people should be doing, how people are going to interpret it. No, it doesn't mean Sleeping Beauty a la Aurora and, you know, Maleficent days. It is more about those really special designer pieces that are simply too fragile to ever be worn again, and then there's going to be merging that with technology, and I think it has a lot of potential to be really good and really interesting. We just need the designers to pull through. The CFDA awards happened a couple of weeks ago. I will tell you some of the big winners of the night. So in terms of American Women's Wear Designer of the Year, this went to Kate. This isn't the first time for the brand to win this award. It's unsurprising, right? We've been talking about Kate so much over the last sort of 2 to 3 years. It really started with the Scarlet Cardigan and the Katie Holmes of it all. Katie Holmes, where's your little toot toot hip hip hooray? You really were the catalyst, if I do say so myself. But anyway, yes, so Kate was given that. Emerging Designer of the Year has been given to Diotima. This is a Jamaican brand. But they're doing a lot of stuff with crochet. My eyes sort of went over to them because although I'm not a crochet gal, they were doing these really cool, like, it looks like fishnets, but it's crocheted with crystals. And you know me, there's a crystal. I'm interested. And then also in terms of American accessory designer of the year, this went to The Row. Again, not their first time winning. However, this time they, some of the runners up, like the other nominees, there we go, one of which was Brandon Blackwood, and he threw a little bit of shade, shall we say, on Instagram. When he was like, oh, congratulations on accessory designer of the year, and then posted a picture of simply the most nothing of nothing bags created by The Row. So there we go. Oh my gosh, now this is some absolutely magical, fantastical news. The biggest private collection of Chanel Haute Couture went on sale / you know, it was auctioned off. It was a collection of 252 couture looks from Carl era. Vogue did an article on it. So she started to collect Chanel apparently in the 1990s, and apparently she always buys the full look and rarely makes alterations to the way it was presented on the runway. You know, when it comes to couture, you can basically do as you please. So that's interesting. Apparently the first piece she ever bought was a dress suit with a jacket that has sable around the neckline. Of course. Oh my gosh, I haven't even told you about the woman. This is Muna Ayoub, and she is the owner of this incredible collection. And basically the reason why she decided to sell it off was she was like, I don't fit into a lot of them anymore. And she also wanted to give other people the opportunity to own these pieces. Apparently many of the pieces included in the auction have never been worn. A portion of the sales from this auction went to Fondation de Femmes. I'm sorry. An organisation that raises money to fight for women's rights issues and for young victims of domestic violence in France. This is interesting. I used to buy everything that was wearable and thinking I have to wear them at this occasion or that occasion, she explained. Now I buy the most striking pieces where there is the most work, the most métier d'art, embroidery and feathers. Apparently, she is still a very loyal client of Chanel under Virginie. And of course, because she's a woman of taste, it says here, I'm totally crazy about Schiaparelli. The last piece I bought is like a giant volcano coming out of your bust with lots of stones. Kill it. So apparently the full auction made 1.5 million euros, okay? And one of the coats went for 312,000 euros. Absolute legend and icon. Balenciaga. Yeah, I know. They're like crawling back. I have my feelings. That's not what this is about. Do you remember when Demna was like, oh, we're not doing gimmicks anymore, you know, Balenciaga has enough that can speak for itself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, they launched this towel skirt. Yeah. Back to their tomfoolery. And I think even IKEA jumped in and were like, oh, you could get ours, which is just a grey towel, and obviously you wear it that way. So, I don't know, I find it interesting that not only are they crawling back, and as part of this strategy to crawl back, you said that you weren't going to do gimmicks, and now you're doing gimmicks. Also, I will say that I recently, what with all of the Black Friday sales and everything, there was one sale, was it Saks or something? And I went to like filter by bags, and it was just teeming with Balenciaga bags, so make of that what you will. Moving into new and noteworthy. SKims and Swarovski did a collaboration. I thought it was great. However, in practice, I have thoughts. I got very excited about this. Why? Because I love crystals. I love Swarovski. I love a bit of SKims, right? I've got a couple of the turtlenecks and whatnot, and I'm a fan. The underwear also, in case you're interested, is great. The shapewear, obviously. So I was excited about this, and I went, Bergdorf had like a little pop-up so I could go and see the pieces in person. I had already tried to get whatever I could online, and then I went in person. So I bought the leggings online, they went back, because the collection that they decided to do this collaboration on is like the Jelly Sheer collection, which is a thinner material. Why did you decide to do this on this material and not literally any other SKims material? Because that would have made sense. The Jelly Sheer is not doing anything for anybody. Those leggings have simply never looked worse. I did get the bodysuit. The bodysuit is nice. I just had to size up in it. Fine. I feel like it could have been better. They just shouldn't have done it on the Jelly Sheer collection. Anyway, that happened. I did a whole TikTok about it. You can go have a look. Then we also have Coperni and Evian. The water company. Evian does this from time to time. They did one with Virgil. They've done some over the years. And actually, at some point, Mum and I used to collect them. And then it sort of fizzled out. Anyway, Coperni is doing their little collaboration for them. So if you want some fancy little designed bottles, make your way over there. Amina Muaddi has dropped her new icons. Basically, it's a new collection of shoes, but she's doing a bit of a different vibe. So you've got this sort of, asymmetric square toe. Is that the best way that we can describe it? She's gone for these pumps. They're not really my vibe, but then I see them on her and I'm like, but they look good on you, but they would not for me, my love. As I've just said, imagine a square toe, but then one corner is like, So that's that, in a few different colours, chunkier heel as well. And they're also doing that same style in a ballet flat, right? There's crystals involved, there's different colours. I can see those doing well, what with everybody into ballet flats and all of that business. Miu Miu have also come out with a Polaroid camera. In case you are looking for the Christmas gift for the person that has everything. This is a really good one, actually. I have no idea how much it is at the time of filming this. I will put in information. I'm sure it's extortionate. But yeah, that exists. That's a thing. If you are buying for simply the hardest person to buy for and they love luxury items, they're probably going to foam at the mouth over this. Moving into hot new items. Okay. Number one, here, Louis Vuitton have done Colour Mania, which, if you strip it back, is very simple. And you're like, but why is this good? Why is this interesting? I'm sorry. You're talking to the person that went a bit mental over the green Gucci monogram pieces when they did their, what was it called? The multicolour collection. Okay? So, I don't know what it is, but I just like a colourful version of original things. Okay, wonderful. So they've done this over a load of classic Louis Vuitton items, mainly travel though, I will say. So you're looking at the duffel bags, passport holders, wallets, things like that. I'm not going to lie to you, I have my eyes on 2 pieces of this collection. Fingers crossed, they're still stock. I shall be picking up a couple of pieces. I just think it's really, really good. I like the little contrasting trim. Then we move on to another brand that's done a bit of a holiday collection is Jacquemus. And I think it's quite a fun little collection that they've got. Actually, it's not little, it's really quite bulked out. They are doing tiny bag ornaments. TBE ornaments. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I have signed up for the oh my gosh, I've signed up for the Notify Me. And I haven't heard anything, but does that mean that it's gone into spam? Has it gone into spam? While I'm trying to find it, they've got some really, really cute seasonal, sold out. Hold on. Where's the tiny La Chiquita? Oh, thank God. Oh my gosh, add to cart. Apple Pay! I just want this one. This is the only one I want. We get in, we get out. Wonderful. I've just bought the La Chiquita one. They did do, I was going to say variety pack, a multi-pack of each of the different bag styles. Very cute, very good. They've got a load of like random, again, if you're looking for an odd little designer gift for somebody, they even have like a very chic soap dish. That isn't what you thought I was going to say, was it? Really chic soap dish avec matching little Jacquemus soap. If you've had somebody that's just moved house, that's a great little Christmas gift. Honestly, they've got some really, really good stuff. Now I have 2 pieces from Gucci. The first one, actually, I only just found out about. Signoria slingback pump, only in this colour though, only in this Gucci red. They are going to be giving a portion of the proceeds to the fight against gender-based violence, starting from the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, November the 25th. In Italy, red shoes have emerged as a symbol in the fight against femicide and violence against women, with many Italian squares adorned with hundreds of red shoes. Great cause. That is from the sales and the pre-orders of that shoe. Now, the other thing that they've done recently is introduce a bag that is completely animal-free. They did this campaign with Billie Eilish, And it is the horsebit bag that looks like this. Demetra is a material that has been derived from raw plant material. 75%, I'm a liar, made with 75% plant-derived raw material sources. Gucci's Demetra material defines the bag, now in a new asymmetrical shape. I'm dying to see what this feels like in person. What is Demetra? Yeah, that is the correct pronunciation, I think. Like, I know that Hermes have been toying with the idea of mushroom leather. Is this the same thing? Is this different? Is this just another way of saying, like, pleather? I don't know. Unclear, but interesting. Let me know what you think of this month's news. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.